Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo! Today, we have our thing from Red's Gallery to go find great statue. I just woke up not long ago, and I also have a pretty big day of recording ahead of me, so I'm doing this one first, mostly because, like, we need to do the morning turnip prices anyway, and then hope I get something good. Based on yesterday, I already know the afternoon price is probably going to be lower, so if we have a good price right now, we're selling. If we don't, this is a random week, and I should have just sold when I had the chance. So, you know, fun. Do we have any campsite visitors? We do not. Let's see. There's a meteor shower. Enjoy taking an evening off to watch the magic in the night sky. So we have a meteor shower tonight, fireworks on Sunday, like, jeez, lots of stuff going on. I feel like I have to sneeze. There we go. I was about to question my body if I was actually going to sneeze. And then it was just like, okay, time to sneeze. Body. I literally sneezed before I started recording. I hope that means I'm not. I hope that doesn't mean I'm getting sick. There we go. Found the words. Because for the longest time, I would only ever sneeze when I was getting sick. And then, more recently, I've started just sneezing more often. I don't know if that's, you know, just something around here is, like, making me sneeze, or if I've just been perpetually sick for years. Who knows? I don't. Like, the body's weird, man. You think I know anything about it? Like, where are my fossils? Oh, there's one. Almost missed it. That one would have been pretty tricky to find. Let's see. Okay, so none back here. Here's someone walking. Ooh, two someones. Bun Bunny, hello, Pizza Bun. What's up? Wanna chat? Feeling a little lonely. I want someone to come over to my place and hang out. Hey, how about you? Yeah, right now. Now? Okay. Let's go to my place then. Lead the way, Pizza Bun. Can do. I mean, he works out. Here it is. So as you couldn't tell, as if you couldn't tell, I'll just unlock the door for you. I was completely misreading what she was saying. I'm still waking up. I need to be woken up inside. I mean, at least she has a couple chairs still. Her house is... If she wants me to buy something from her, I'm buying the shirt. You'll pick up a point or two for your own place. Yeah, I mean, got a dab over here still. It's pretty nice having another seasoned fish. I think of my furniture, but there's something in here you really love, right? Yeah, I want the shirt. Maybe you can take some up. Yeah, give me the shirt, please. Yep. I'll take it. Like, it's probably the thing that looks the worst in here, so let's get it out of here. Knowing you, cool guy, I'm sure you'll give that a good home. Yeah, retail. Like my place, it's even better when you're in it, Pizza Bun. Aw. I mean, her house isn't bad. This is just funny. it's just it looks like the I forget what this is called. This fossil is like going through the wall. You know, there's like Gmod clipped into the wall and it's just stuck there now. It's like a bush standee, right? Yeah. This room looks a little different when there's a visitor over. More cozy, I guess. Where do you sleep? Do you show me? You sleep on this chair. That's not good. You shouldn't do that. Oh, now, oh, I see. Well, I'll just go then. You're taking off? But you can't leave without telling me what you think of my room. It's good. Guess I can put more effort into the place. Thanks for your honesty. So you can do this again sometime. You really need to try to get back to your roots. Like, it's not exactly a great house. Yeah, let's come... While we're right here, let's come check turnip prices. Hopefully we have good ones. Hopefully. I'm really hoping. Turnips... 98. Do I risk it? I had the most profit on Monday morning. Because, like, the thing is, I could sell now, get a minor profit. 8 bells per turnip is bad, but it's better than losing money. On chat. Outdoor living seems like a good thing to do, so to me, manage to make friends. Yeah. And Kurlos no longer wants what he was talking about because he gets stuck. Kurlos. Hey, cool guy, looking good as always. What can I do for you? Let's talk. Cool guy, can I ask you to do me a small favor? Actually, it's really more of a favor for Lobo. He asked me to pick something up while I was out. Could you deliver it under secrecy? You know, we have to think about Lobo's privacy after all. No problem. I'm leaving the rest of you. The future of a close friendship is in your hands, cool guy. Yeah, I mean, I can do it by the end of today, my man. Hey, Rooney. How's it going, man? Hunting punches. Stay up late last night, and now I'm sleep deprived, as in yawn. You want to talk to me? Want to chat? Horticulture is in a man's blood. I want to grow a garden that just makes everyone else jealous. That's very fair, my man. You do just that. This will probably also be some bamboo. Yep. I don't know if I want to sell for that little bit of profit, or if I want to risk it to try to get a better biscuit. Oh, but Lobo's asleep. I'll wake him up. Wah! I must have fallen back asleep while I was still standing. It's not good to stay up all night. Thanks for waking me up. Hey, Spot. You got something you want to say to me, right? Is it Princess? Ah, it's delivery time. Yep. I got your super secret gift from Kurlos. Now you mention it. I did ask Kurlos to get it for me. Tell you the truth, I ordered this, intending it to give it to... Oh. If anyone, Kurlos asked you to take care of it. Weird. Well, now you know the story, it's yours. Okay. I'll open it. The peachy tank. So you could use more clothes. Feel free to wear my style with pride. But that's not your style. Lobo. Your style is very much not that. But, you know. Now, let's... See if I can find these other fossils. There's one. Still need to find the money rock, too. Jeez. I'm running out of inventory space for the money rock. I got 4 spaces. That is good enough until I find more things. Also, I've noticed a weird occurrence lately, and I want to know if any of you guys have also... really want to catch that butterfly, but I don't have the space. I wonder if any of you guys have noticed this with things that you've been doing online. Seems like a lot of servers are really overloaded right now for some reason. And I don't really understand why. This isn't like a really popular time of year for stuff. Like, there's been multiple even websites I've gone to where they're like, yeah, we have everyone in a loading queue right now because we're just overloaded. It's like, what? But how? Okay, it's the gem rock, so I will save and continue just to play it safe. You know, I actually wonder if my lemon here crashing has been also because of my CPU. I don't have hardware info open, so I can't easily tell, but... there is always that chance that that is what's been going on. Okay, Money Rock is one of the ones right at the top of town. I have all 4 fossils, so let's go deal with that, and then I will go and get the Money Rock. It's probably that rock. My eyes itchy. There we go. But, yeah, again, I don't want to get completely into rambling and ranting about my computer stuff. The amount of stress I'm feeling because of it is unreal, because I know at, like, any moment my computer could start getting so unstable that I can't use it anymore, which would then require me to take a significant downgrade just to continue doing what I do. Honestly, what I'm thinking of, just so I'm putting my computer under a bit less strain, is that with the Pokemon Leaf Green series that I'm currently doing, like, in the future, this will mean nothing to anybody, but for right now, this means something to people. Once I complete the main game, I might put it on hold, just so I'm not, like, doing massive amounts of rendering and putting a lot of strain on my CPU and putting a lot of power through it. Like, I forgot to donate statue. Hold on, I gotta go do that. Because, like, I have my notes done for basically mostly all of the post-game, but I also know that, like, I don't know if I would be able to keep up my schedule with a much slower render time on stuff and not lose my mind, at least. Because, like, I know from experience with my old computer, my 9400F, that, like, I know what the render times would be like for my videos, basically. Like, currently, to give you an idea of how much extra time it would take if I had to, say, go back to my 9400, or even use the 9700 that we have, which wouldn't be a huge amount better. My current videos, when rendering, take the duration of the video, cut it in half, and that is how long it took me to render the video. On average. These videos are rendered out at 30 FPS, and I can render them at about 64, 65 FPS. Right, I'm looking for the money rock. On my 9400F, take the duration of the video, times it by 5. And that's how long it would take. So, you know, suddenly rendering a, 50-minute video is taking nearly 5 hours. It's not good. And that's completely ignoring all of the added extra times to the editing process as well. Because there is more to it than just the render as well. There is also, like, when I put the raw footage into Sony Vegas, it has to build all the audio peaks, which also takes time, and also is made faster by my CPU, so, like, that in of itself would take longer, and while I can start working on something while it is building the peaks, if I run into something I need to undo, I still need to wait until the peaks are built before I can actually undo that change. So the longer it takes to do the peaks, the longer it takes me to actually start reliably editing, because I know I'm gonna mess up. I swear, almost every edit I do, I make some small mistake I need to undo. Like, the undo button is there for a reason. Like, mistakes are gonna happen. So, like, I realistically wouldn't be able to maintain both series if my CPU were to die, and maintain my sanity. Because, like, at least with how I've been recording, Pokemon Leaf Green, is I record it in bulk, and then I edit it in bulk. So, like, today, I'm going to be recording probably, 3-4 more episodes of Pokemon. And then I will be editing 3 to 4 more episodes of Pokemon today. I'll at the very least be editing 1 more today, because as of time of recording this, I have none ready to be uploaded. So, well, hi there, cool guy. I come up with a new nickname for you. Want to hear it? Sure. Okay, here it is. Pookie. That's not a new nickname for me, but I'll take it. Yeah, yippee. I'll be calling you Pookie from now on. I think I will wait for the afternoon to sell my turnips. I'm gonna risk it, because the afternoon should be a good price. I'm just gonna do a Gulliver check for now. But, like, I would not be able to do that with the older CPUs we have here. I just wouldn't be able to. Like, every day of my life would become nothing but either record or edit, and I would not be able to do anything else. Because that's kind of another thing, with my current CPU, I can at least still, like, watch YouTube or something while I'm rendering out a video. Because while, yeah, it basically maxes out my CPU, it doesn't 100% max it out. It only puts it to, like, 98, 99%. Allowing for that last little bit of performance to go into, something else. Awesome, it's cool guy. Pretty great morning we're having, wouldn't you say, Peppa Pig? So what can I do for you? Wanna chat? Feel like hanging out inside, but I'm sick of my own place. Why no? How about I come and hang out at your house? We do that right now. Sure. We're right here. I was gonna end today off, but... Not end today, but end the morning recording off, but we'll do this first. Now I gotta show Pudge around everywhere. I don't think Pudge has ever been in our house. Okay, I'm coming in, Peppa Pig. This doesn't sound weird. Your house smells great, cool guy. I mean, I do have a humidifier running all the time. That would probably help. This is the most Pudge room of my house, because Pudge's house is kind of the same vibe, and I love it. Yep. I really see what you were going for here, Peppa Pig. He really sees it. He really likes it. You gotta show them around everywhere. Do you know you got something growing in here, cool guy? It's not a moldy sandwich, is it? An alloy? You decorate with plants? There are already so many plants outside. Why would you bring one inside? You're a weird one. I mean, that is a fair argument. We got the back rooms. Yawn. Whenever I visit someone's house, I always get sleepy. I mean, this is the back rooms. It does make sense you'd get a bit sleepy back here. Now, let's take him upstairs. We'll take him to the basement first. We'll talk to him again here. But it's not moldy sandwiches. Yeah, you really don't like the alloy. I get it. Or the aloe. Let's come down into the basement. The totally not weird basement. Don't worry about it. Alright, let's go to the next room. Really don't like the basement, do ya? That mama polar bear has the doofiest expression on its face. Does it? I mean, I suppose I wouldn't say it's doofy, but I mean, okay, we'll go to the next room. He really doesn't like the basement. Such a wimp. Whenever I visit someone's house, I always get sleepy. Okay, final room. I don't know if you have to show animals around your entire house, but... Saw your stuff. Means you're a music fan, huh? Well, you're in luck. I just wrote a new song. It's called Veggie Stew Blues. I'd sing it for you, but I'm too shy. Maybe some other time, though, Peppa Pig. I mean, sounds like a pretty good thing to have blues over is veggie stew. Getting sleepy. Gyroids are super fun. They make all sorts of noises. Do all these fancy, funny dances. Like your mega echoid. Makes you think I should try and dig up my own. That is fair. But, yeah, like... I do have backups. That is the best thing when it comes to this computer, is I can, if I absolutely have to, transition to different computer components and, you know, have a decently functioning computer. Alright, guess I'll be going now. Thanks for hanging out with me. Be back to check up on you sometime. Sounds good, Pudge. Sounds good. I just don't want to have to use those parts. But yeah, I'm going to meet you guys back here later today to see our afternoon turnip prices, and hopefully they're good. Really hope. And I'm back. Man, I have been feeling really congested. I'm kind of worried I'm getting sick. Which kind of sucks. I don't want to get sick, but it seems like it might be happening. I did manage to get some Pokemon recorded, so I mean, as you all have seen, there was an episode today, and there will be an episode tomorrow, that's for sure. Not sure if I'll get more recorded today. I'm definitely gonna try, but no promises. 89. Okay, I'm gonna take the 1 bell loss. I'm gonna take the 1 bell loss. Or do I wanna... I'm not that heavily invested. I wanna see. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna... Surgeon fish. I kind of want to, because that would save me losing potentially a bit of bells, but like, where we aren't heavily invested into turnips, there's no real loss to, you know. It's got Star Ocean fish. Sorry, I had to make that joke. For those who may not know, in Star Ocean Second Story R, you can fish in a lot of the fountains, and one of the fish, if you are attempting to complete your fishing encyclopedia, one of the fish is caught in the house you meet Noel in the wildlife preserve. There's a little barrel you can fish out of. That is the only place to get that fish. In your fishing encyclopedia, it says it's within Noel's house. Noel's house is in a completely other part of the game, and there is nowhere to fish in it. Yeah, but you can imagine how long that took me to find. It took a very long time. What is today? Is it 30th? Yeah, it is. It's almost the former release date for AMD 9000 series. I am still very excited to see how those CPUs are going to actually perform, because from, AMD's own testing, which should be taken with a grain of salt, every company testing their own products is going to be cherry-picking the results. But based on their own results, these CPUs are going to be really good, and I might be able to get by perfectly fine on the 9600X. I might honestly be able to, do just fine with that, which would mean I wouldn't need to get CPU on a payment plan. I would just have to wait until November. Which would be great. Whoops. That would be pretty peak, not gonna lie. Performance-wise, production-wise, it probably won't be as good as my 13.6. But also, my plan, currently, I don't know if I'll actually do this, because I'm not sure I trust Intel enough for this anymore. Because I'm gonna have the CPU and motherboard just sitting around, basically. I was thinking of seeing if my sister wanted a computer upgrade, because that would do that, but we'd need to buy a new computer case, because her computer's a Dell, and they have the worst motherboards, and the worst design you could ever imagine for their stuff. Basically, I would be able to, in theory, put my motherboard that I currently have into my sister's computer chassis. That wouldn't be a problem. The problem would be is she would lose her front I/O ports, and would lose the ability to press her power button, and, things like that. Because all of that is tied to, so looking all over a few punches. Hey, have you ever caught an arowana? They almost landed a huge arowana. Now all I can think about is how the one got away is swimming around and they're laughing at me. Sure, I can give that a shot. I'm gonna need to look up where those are even caught. New leaf. Arowana. It is a river fish. It's a rare summer fish. Found between 4 p.m. and 9 a.m. It's 1 p.m. That isn't around right now. Yeah, it's not around right now. I already talked with Lobo today. I had a gift for him. I'm definitely gonna need to catch it at some point. Hey, we haven't talked with Velma yet. Hello there, hun. Running into you is always a nice surprise. What do you want? Let's chat. Love for you to come over later and see how I'm decorating. If you wanted to do it right now... Okay, let's... It's too... If you wanted 1:30, I could see about it. Today would be an XL episode if that was the case, but I don't feel comfortable doing a whole hour of rambling about stuff. Though I realistically could. As you all saw yesterday, if I get on a specific... If I can get onto certain topics, I can ramble and rant about them for quite a long time. But yeah, like... If I can get this CPU, like, RMA'd, get a replacement that should, in theory, at least be stable, I still don't think I would trust it. Because here's the main thing, and it's why, like, I'm thinking of doing it because, like, I honestly feel a little bad for my sister with her computer the way it is, because Dell kind of screwed her over with it. The basic explanation is when she bought her computer, 12th gen CPUs had already came out, but for whatever reason, Dell wasn't doing anything with them. So her top-end, quote-unquote, Dell computer has an 11th gen CPU in it, and there is such a big performance jump from 11th to 12th, and they're a different socket. So, like, I can't just buy her a 12th gen CPU to put in it, because 11th is the end of that socket. Like, her computer could be so much better. It realistically should be the best computer in the house. But it ain't. I might honestly see about getting myself a new computer case as well, which would kind of solve that problem, and it'd be all up to her, really. Like, I could do the swap over for her. I'm just not sure I personally could trust it. And any of you all out there currently looking into buying a computer, avoid Intel 13th and 14th gen. Honestly, I'd say just avoid Intel in general. Like, right now, we have no reason to believe that the new Core Ultra CPUs, whenever they start releasing for desktop, will actually have these problems solved. There is no indication of that. Because the main problem, past, like, the corrosion issue, which was a very localized issue, like, that isn't in every 13th and 14th gen CPU issue. It's very localized to one fabrication facility. But every 13th and 14th gen CPU is having problems because Intel is quite simply putting too much power through the CPU. They are quite literally burning them out by running them as hard as they are. And by the admission of Intel employees, they're literally doing it because otherwise they wouldn't be competitive with AMD. So, once this microcode update comes out in, like, 16 days-ish, because they're aiming for mid-August, so 16 days-ish, very likely Intel CPUs will no longer be competitive with AMD, period. Because what this microcode update is going to be doing is reducing the amount of power the CPU uses, from what I understand and from what I've heard from tech channels. Which will cause, according to a couple of Intel techs, single-digit performance loss. Well, single-digit is a pretty wide range when you consider Intel CPUs really aren't winning the performance race by that much. Like, in terms of just gaming performance, the 7600X/7600/7500F, because they're all basically the same CPU, like, they're all basically already on par, if not better, than the 13600. The only advantage the 13600 had was it was cheaper. If they have to cut performance to make the thing stable so that it doesn't burn itself out by, let's say, 8%, because that's single digit. Suddenly, the 13600 is performing basically on par with the 12600. Like, that's what we're looking at. Like, Intel is potentially knocking their CPUs back an entire generation. Because the only major difference between 12th and 13th was the power usage and the number of efficiency cores. Efficiency cores don't tend to play much of a role in gaming. And a lot of people suggest if you are just buying an Intel CPU for gaming, that you just turn off the E-cores, because they can actually cause problems in gaming. Hey, guppy! I thought that was the Neon Tetra. I was about to make a comment on that. Like, that's literally where we're at. This single-digit performance loss could easily put the 13th and 14th gen CPUs back to struggling to beat AMD's previous CPU generation for performance. Like, in terms of gaming performance, there's a lot of cases where the 13600 already is losing to the 5800 X3D, and now the 5700 X3D, and sometimes even the 5600 X3D. Those are all AM4 CPUs. Like, they're old, kind of. So, hun, do you believe in UFOs? Of course I do. I agree completely. Seen those UFOs very late, and the town is calm. Oranges! Unidentified oranges! On my floor! Those UFOs are almost beyond belief. I don't have any proof they exist, hun, because I always eat everyone. That is fair. I think she lives too close to the orange trees. But yeah, like, quite honestly, I'm heavily considering just moving to AM4, because for the time being, it's really feeling like that is the platform to be on, because AMD is still releasing CPUs for it. Coming soon-ish is apparently going to be a 5800 XT and a 5900 XT, which will basically be supercharged versions of the 5800 and 5900. And, like, depending on the price and performance of those, like, I could easily see myself buying into AM4 to use a 5900 XT or something. Like, or even the 5800 XT. Because as a basic breakdown of why Intel is kind of really struggling against AMD. AMD, for one, understood a lot faster that cache is important. Intel is still struggling to catch up on the cache front, which the best way to describe it is cache is like storage on your CPU. If you have enough cache that everything about a game that needs to be stored on the cache can just be saved into the cache, the game's going to run a lot faster because it's not having to basically stop and figure out what it can get rid of to make room for this new stuff. Because it needs all of it, but it maybe doesn't need it all the time, but, you know. Leading to a lot of Intel CPUs being just generally slower in cache-heavy games. But then you get cases where, like, just on a pure core level, AMD's cores have in general just simply been faster and better and generally multi-threaded, where Intel has kind of struggled with that. I actually heard a rumor at some point that for the Core Ultra stuff, Intel's going to be going back to single-threaded cores. Like, that is seriously going to hurt them in, like, productivity workloads and things like that. Because, a way to think of it for those of you who don't know computer stuff, and keep in mind, this might be not 100% accurate. I'm not the most knowledgeable on computer stuff. The best way to think of it is a core is a brain. A thread is a thought process for that brain. So, a single-threaded core is a brain that can only think of one thing at a time. A multi-threaded brain is a brain that can think... A multi-threaded core is a brain that can think of two things at the same time. Or put both of those thoughts into the same thing to think faster. It's not the best analogy, but hopefully that made sense. Like... Oh, I'm full up on fish anyway. Like, it's just one of those things of, like... If Intel does go to single-threaded cores, they've just given up on production. Which, I can't blame them. AMD routinely was kicking their butts until they introduced their E-cores. And even now, there are still workloads where AMD still kicks their butt. Sadly, video editing is not one of those places, but AMD isn't bad at it. Which is also why I've been potentially looking into getting a 7900. Because, like... Yeah, in terms of gaming performance, the 7900 is not as good as my 13.6. It's not even as good as a 7600. But in terms of production workloads, it's really good. At least it's better than my 13.6. It's no, like, 13.9. But that's because the 13.9 just simply has more cores, more threads. Like... You know. But yeah, I'm going to end things off here. I have been rambling for quite a long time. Today's probably a decently long episode. I need to get these cicadas off these trees before they drive me insane while I'm napping. I need to get off that tree, you brown cicada. Okay. With that, I thank you all very much for watching and indulging me in my rants on a daily basis. I didn't want to rant about computer stuff, and then I ranted about computer stuff all day. Can you tell I'm frustrated? Yeah. Thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo. See you all then.